Hey,
All right. Hey, made it. Who? Sorry
yep.
about that.
I think Matt Fay is in the waiting room too.
Okay. All right, let me see where he is. Oh, because you guys are panelists. That's right. Oh, no, people coming in. Participants. Great. Okay.
How many folks do we need for quorum?
Think three members, maybe?
Because I think we ran quorum in another committee. Like you could count as a member, right?
Um, maybe. I guess I could. I kind of planned on that, like we wouldn't have it at this point. Um, I guess I could. I guess I could count as a committee member, as a quorum member. Um,
Matt, do you happen to know Robert's rules?
Second takes me go.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't.
Matt's saying he thinks the chair can count for the quorum,
Okay.
but I think we might want to punt some of the stuff for later conversation. Although Frank did put some really good feedback on some of the places into email. So,
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
and do we
Honestly,
have people in the in the attendees panel that are from some of the restaurants or bars that are up for renewal?
no, because I talked to them yesterday and was like, we're not gonna have quorum, so
Okay.
try to show up to the commission meeting. Don't even show up to this meeting. So yeah, I mean, I think maybe we'll just maybe just keep it informal. We won't take formal votes as a committee meeting tonight. And we'll just kind of go through the agenda and just discuss it. I think the other committee members might feel a little, I don't know, I don't want them to challenge us on the rules that we might be
Yeah,
making
no,
up.
I'm not trying to rock any boats, just curious what we have.
Yeah. Yeah, I think um yeah, I will circle back with the more formalized, try to pin down what exactly is the quorum rule. I feel like it was like three committee members, and then I could weigh in as like a majority or something like that. But I will try to figure that out and get back to you guys. Um, but yeah, thanks for coming. And yeah, I think with the fact that Frank and Eileen both put some their kind of thoughts or informal uh takes in email form, we can just kind of discuss it here if that makes sense. Sweet. All right then. Yeah, so it is the renewal season. We are getting busy. Thank you both Rachel and Alex for filling out and doing such due diligence with the tavern list. I thought that was pretty well done. So thank you guys for that.
Yeah,
Um,
I did not get, because of the language I used, I did not get email or call complaints that Abka got against people. However, for a lot of these businesses, I've been able to gather intel from around the community a little bit. So,
okay. That's good. That's good. Yeah, for the only yeah, I think the only kind of public without FOIA-ing, you can just kind of like
I
search.
FOIA'd.
You did
I
FOIA. You
I
did
just
FOIA.
left out, if you do put one in, make sure you ask for the complaints, not just the investigative history. Because if they get a complaint for noise, so like I've called for noise complaints several times against the businesses over here.
Mm-hmm.
and like half the time they don't show up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
there's all these complaints, but there's no investigative history and there's no board orders.
Right. 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 Yeah, I think yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, I think the investigative history is or the board orders are public. The
Right, but the complaints are just as important and
Yeah,
they're
the noise complaints, right. The noise complaints are not. I tried to FOIA once for noise complaints and I don't think they like send me dates of something. Like I don't even know. It was a little cryptic what they sent. So if anyone is able to
if you want to send it over to me, I'll take a look.
no, this is like try to get noise complaints for Alero or something. I think.
Yeah, so if you go and you fill out the FOIA request and use Frank's language around, he sent out like this is what I asked for when I did my FOIA request. If you send that language,
Oh, okay.
you'll get the complaints.
Okay. Okay. That's good. And did you do that for then you just asked them for like every business on
I used the spreadsheet and copied and pasted that info in, and I came up with I used the business license, their operating name and the address, and then I asked for all this information, but I left out the complaint history.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, we okay. Yeah, I guess right. I guess there was a column there's a column for the board, but not for the there was a column for investigative history, but not for noise complaint.
Yeah, but you can just put that in the should we protest? Yes, there were 30 complaints from the neighborhood, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. Agreed. 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 Um, okay. Um, well, uh, yeah, I have not done that for these ones. Let me bring up the agenda so we can kind of just have something to look at here. Okay. Yeah, so we updated it. We discovered that about like half the ones that were already here were kind of sent. We actually just lucked out, and we can look the half the ones I added like 2 days ago. We can look at those at the October meeting. Oh, so maybe even bring up the tracking sheet. Where's the tracking sheet? Tracking sheet is here. Yeah, so here's the tracking sheet. So these ones here, can you guys see the tracking sheet? Yes. Yes. So these ones here that were sent out on the 23rd, we can now their petition deadline is the 10th of November. So we have you guys also have access to this commit this tracking sheet?
Yeah, I just don't have it up right now.
Okay, okay. Just want to make sure you guys are able to pull it up when you need to.
My only thought is like with the ones that we already know there's trouble with, should we be getting outreach to them?
Um, all right. Well, I mean, here's the thing. So, in terms of outreach, the only outreach, only the ones that are listed for new businesses can we, um, do they have their information for? Like the renewals, we can't do outreach. They don't, well, this is right. So this is a new business. This is the Frank's Wild Years. And it has their contact here. Sean Ryan, who spoke to him. He's a really nice guy.
Right, but like Amsterdam Cafe and Lounge, there's no hours in their settlement agreement.
Right.
So we can't reach out to them about like fixing their hours, for example,
Maybe we can. Maybe we can. I mean, maybe we can. Maybe we can reach out
or
on their
like
settlement
flash,
agreement.
like we already know that there's problems there, like there can't be some preliminary outreach so that we're not like surprising them
Yeah. No. 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 Definitely. Definitely
last
should.
minute.
Definitely should. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. I mean,
That
maybe.
that that's the thing. Like, like we have information that some of these places like there's issues. Like
Yeah.
And yeah, we can't vote on things. And
Mm.
isn't w-
Sorry,
isn't
I'm jumping around here a bit, but keep talking.
isn't Kiki in this list of places that are up for renewal?
Kiki just went back to the next meeting. They
Okay.
have a date to that we can do it for October meeting.
Yeah. But like some of these businesses have like open air roofs with entertainment on them. Like Kiki's been having a lot of neighborhood complaints about the noise. They have a summer garden,
Mm.
right? But they don't have an entertainment license for that summer garden. I've been back there with music playing. So it's like, what are we are we using this meeting as a way to get some of our ANCs to start doing outreach?
Yeah, I mean both. I mean, yeah, I mean just trying to come up with like a general plan for what we should do, and I think this is good feedback. So I think like right, I'm just bring up the settlement agreement for Amsterdam. Um, okay, this unfortunately does not have their information, so that's not great. Well, all right, maybe not for this one, but yeah, I mean. That's a great idea. I think if we could track down anything we can do to be proactive and get ahead
Mhm.
of it is good, right? So we have like, these 2 weeks before the meeting.
Right.
So
Like Chicha needs a settlement agreement. Like we have notes in here. Can we reach out to the people who are their ANCs and just get them to start moving on these settlement agreements and stuff like that? And just be like, hey, most
yeah,
of this is already
yeah,
in the rules. These are the settlement agreements we have with everybody else. Like, can we work with you on getting this in place?
yeah. I mean, I think that's a great idea. Let me bring up Key. I think they might have had a settlement agreement.
They do. They have a entertainment. They don't, they have I'm looking at Frank's notes about where is it?
Here we go. Oh,
Frank said that there's noise complaints from the neighborhood, and he was saying something about the open window, but like I've been on their back patio and it's loud and there's music playing back there, and they don't have an entertainment endorsement for their summer garden.
Yeah, I don't really see most of their like the licenses don't even really include uh most of the licenses don't include like entertainment on the summer garden itself. It's not even
Mhm.
really like an option. But I guess it's
Right.
something we have to like know that they're doing. Um
Well, it's also in their settlement agreement. And again, eh,
okay. Sorry, which one is this one? This is Kiki Kiki. Kiki Kiki Kiki.
there you just went past them.
Oh, okay.
See those
Huh.
boxes go up a little bit. There, okay, so there's the interior entertainment hours, the summer garden hours of operation, scroll up just a touch. Interior hours of operations and sales, and if you scroll down just a little bit, there is no entertainment endorsement for the summer garden.
Oh, this is key.
Noise limitations for amplified music and entertainment in the summer garden. And so what I'm saying is like Frank has flagged that there is noise complaints and saying something about the front window being all propped open. But
Okay.
I think the bigger issue is that there's amplified music on their back deck.
Mm-hmm. 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 Right. 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 Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, we have this written here. There is no entertainment endorsement on the summer garden. See the definition of summer garden, right? Then we have summer garden here. So, yeah, I mean,
We can't really like do anything to add to this, but you know, it's impacting their neighborhood. So like, what are our options? I wish there were more people here.
Oh, it's Keaton. Okay. Well, we have his contact. That's good. We at least know who he is. Um, yeah, I mean, I think it's just, I mean, if this was only one of them, if it was just the only thing we're dealing with, and I was the ANC for the area, I would say, let's let's contact Keaton, let's take the complaints, and try and uh hold them to Summer Garden, hold them to the settlement agreement. That's like, hey, you're not really supposed to have the entertainment endorsement in the Summer Garden, um, and hold them to that, and kind of, for this one, for Kiki now, we have like at least, we've got almost like 6 weeks actually, where we can get these conversations going. And
Hmm.
we can say, hey, I think Francois district, we get Francois
Hmm.
to, have conversations. This is great. This is great. This is a productive use of the meeting. So I'm going to go back to the agenda now. Where is the agenda? I have too many tabs up. It's been a long day.
Yeah, I feel that.
Um, okay, Kiki's not even here. I added it to the other agenda for the other one, but let me just make like a note up the top. Um, you know,
Um,
so, so, mm,
Yeah, and I think the thing that we're facing right now is that like a lot of these summer garden hours or areas where there's summer gardens with entertainment, those hours are not in line with DC sound codes.
mm, mm-hmm,
For
mm-hmm.
like if it's next to a residential area, it's gonna impact people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right. And yeah, I mean, I'm not even aware so much of Kiki, but I guess, yeah, if it's like, yeah,
I mean,
if
it's
it's,
kind of an across the board issues. There's several places
yeah,
in this list that are in that, and I know like that the ANC is looking at this as a broader issue.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, when we say, I mean, this says very clear. It's like, there's no endorsement on the Summer Garden. It's like, they're playing music. So I don't know, maybe it's like the interpretation of
I mean,
entertainment or something, or, something like the definition of Summer Garden and stuff like that.
I think it's a matter of like getting neighbors to report instead of a noise code violation that it's in
Yeah,
violation of the settlement agreement,
yeah,
because that's a lot easier for OBCA to like validate. They can say, oh, there was entertainment on the summer garden.
right, right, right. That's a good point. And yeah, or even the ANC to like say, hey, we know there's entertainment happening here on the Summer Garden. It's not just noise. It's like there's a little like entertainment noise for limitations.
Amplified sound.
Unified music, right? Yeah, noise, blah blah blah. In the stand race and or right. So like, I mean, yeah, I mean, half of this really is, knowing the intricacies or the more intimate details of it, like this one, like Kiki, and knowing that in the settlement agreement, not supposed to happen, and then trying to mediate and come up with just starting with conversation with the owner,
Right. But
That
even in
this makes
this essay, why is it even saying amplified sound in the summer garden when even higher up it's like there's no entertainment in the summer garden?
where you seen it
Gee.
shall be directed towards interior places of the premises. Okay, that's good. I mean, that could be that's a flag. That's a flag. Any speakers placed within the summer garden shall be directed towards the interior. Yeah, then it's like there's no human. Mm, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's a tough position because you also want these businesses to succeed. It's just pointing out that we've allowed things in the past that go against the actual ordinances for DC, which is going to harm both the business and the community as a whole.
hmm
Because
hmm
it's giving this business a way to operate and then people expect it and then it's actually outside of what the actual DC codes are.
hmm Yeah. Well, it seems like, yeah, I guess this one needs to be reevaluated in terms of, what what the definition of entertainment is, what the background music may be permitted. There's almost too many clauses too, because then you kind of get lost. You can't even figure out like what like the meaty ones
Mhm.
are. Like background music may be permitted in some regard. The music must not be audible. That sounds pretty good, like some background music. I guess any speakers, but is that like is entertainment like is that like
I
a
think what they're saying
DJ or
is that you're
something?
allowed to have music out there, it just isn't allowed to go above a certain level.
Which maybe we should just say, right. I mean, maybe we should just say that instead of saying like,
Yeah,
just
I
be background music.
I mean, certain places they've had stipulations where they've had a like an engineer come out, test the sound levels, and then this is what your maximum is before it starts impacting neighbors.
hmm
Like
hmm
you can get
Yeah,
that,
I
but
saw that. I
that
saw that
costs
in
money for
Flash. Yeah.
the business. And
Yeah.
then other places have been asked to keep like a sound meter on site that
Mm.
like records the level so that it can be checked. But like those are situations where the sound impacts were significant. And I haven't seen the investigative history on Kiki. I'm assuming that Frank has, which is why he's noting. So I think it's more of a discussion once we have further info. And I'm not trying to pick on them either. It's just one that popped out to me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is good though. I think it's good to take a little bit of a deep dive into, what is the stuff we're looking at here, and kind of, what's the process moving forward. So to kind of bring it back to, oh, I hate how you can't like move this in here. Here we go. Bring it back to more of a higher level. Um, we we're visiting. We'll get doing the deeper dives into Kiki and some of the other ones.
Hmm.
In like 2 weeks or like 3 weeks, October 15th. Hopefully, we can all make it then. Sorry for uh postponing the meeting, but then it was Tuesday was I have something Wednesday. Tuesday was Rosh Hashanah, so life happens. And other folks are busy as well. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think so. Frank and Eileen put some stuff in the chat, put some stuff in the email, so that's good. My updates are, I think I made this high level red notes here. Maybe you could also just kind of go through them
Yep.
a little bit as well. Like I called Frank's Wild Years. This is a guy. He's guy's really cool. He's like he owns the bar Snappy's on Georgia Avenue too, which is like a good place. He's like I know that he's like I work. He's like I'm always like in talks with the ANC commissioner up there. So like we know, we were expecting this and whatever we can do. There's a little bit the summer garden there is actually a little bit interesting because it's like they technically don't let me bring up their placard. They don't have a formal endorsement for summer garden. They have like the sidewalk cafe but if you kind of like look on the map again, so I think I might just have to call him again and just kind of see um what exactly make sure we're all kind of in line here with what we mean. There we go. S Street. So they're gonna be like occupying this building here. And so yeah, so it's like there's a speakeasy called Left Door, which is it them?
Mhm.
I don't actually know where Left Door is, but I think it's like through here. But I think this might be like part of their summer garden. Then he was like, we also might have the sidewalk cafe. So just kind of, want to shore that up with them. And then they agreed to like close the summer garden slash sidewalk cafe an hour early. They were like, we can close by like 11 instead of 12. So it seems like they're kind of agreeable. I'm gonna just keep a conversation going with them. I've been in touch with Sable. Um, she doesn't really care so much about it, specifically, but I think I was like, well, they are, one further down from, like he said, the garden district has like till 12, but I was like, they are like an hour down, and we could always amend the settlement agreement. So he was like 11. So it seems like this one's working out pretty good. And he's like a really cool, he's like DC guy, born and raised. He's like, I want to be involved in like the local school, which is down here. He's like, we can do something with the elementary school kids. I was like, sure, I don't know exactly what that'd be. Again, it's like kind of weird at a bars, be like, elementary school, but whatever,
That read my mind. I was like, what?
whatever they know. Whatever they know, I don't know. He says he's done something like that before with Snappies or something like that, chicken tenders or something. So,
Yeah.
uh, I welcome it. Just didn't exactly know what that process would be like. Um, but that is that one. And basically, I mean, my hope was like nothing was like a major flag. Well, my hope nothing was a major flag with Frank's Wild Years. And hoping to have a settlement agreement, basically that we can vote on to support at the ANC commission meeting for this one. I
Mhm.
didn't really see any major flags for this one. Welcome everyone else's opinions and other stuff, but he seems like amendable to things. So I think as long as just having an essay there and defining what the summer garden is in the essay, and yeah, that is good, but on it. And then Buffalo Billiards. Again, I spoke with a representative. Like, this actually showed up in my feed from Popville. You guys know Popville, Prince of Petworth,
Yep.
of course. This showed up in my feed that like people were generally like happy about it. So I was like, okay, this seems like a good thing. It has like a reputation of being like,
Yeah, but I'm gonna flag that there's a concentration concern
hmm,
from that two of our members brought up an email.
yeah, yeah,
Basically, in the past, a lot of licenses were kind of handed out without checking on the concentration of the neighborhood, and there are concentration limits.
yeah. Yeah, I do
So
think.
we can table this for when like people who know more about the process get on, maybe.
Yeah, I think the arts and zoning overlay is I think definitely like a larger ABCR and also like zoning issue.
Mhm.
I think it is deserving of a resolution at this point. I don't know who we would direct it to. I guess ABCA and maybe Office of Planning or Zoning or DCR, DCHR, DCRA. Maybe we can ask around some expertise to find out that. But I think it is worth a resolution to try and say that this does exist and we should try to get back to this. I think when it has been brought up in the context of protesting, I'm not, I don't know exactly, if we really have like the measurements of, what is square foot versus not square foot.
I
Um,
mean, it sounds like there's pretty standard language around it, and from what both Frank and Eileen have written, that it's violating that. And so I think that the further conversation on this topic is needed. Um, because it's not just an us issue, it's also a greater licensing issue.
Yeah. Right. But I mean, right. But I guess I think that I'm
And
hoping like a
yeah,
resolution.
I get that like people want this business. I'm not trying to like be the bad guy
Yeah.
here. It's just like over concentration is over concentration, and when it's been ignored, it's led to other issues in the city and to having to employ greater means to fix the problem, like moratoriums on licenses and stuff like that. So
Right.
it's like I'm not necessarily against a billiard at all. Sounds like a fun place to hang out, but is it going into the right area?
Right. Right.
And is it licensable in the area with the current concentration of bars and the rules
Yeah.
and regulations?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do think, I think it's a worthwhile. It's definitely important. It's definitely important. Um, just trying to think somewhat like that there's kind of like two veins there about like that like of the overconcentration question seems more my more realistic take is that like once the place gets placarded, we can't do anything about the zoning at that stage, right? But
Right, but it doesn't have a placard yet.
well, I
It's
guess
new. It's a new application, right?
yeah,
So that is why they're protesting it right now.
right. Yeah, I mean, I think we've brought this up before. I don't know. For me, I haven't been able, I don't think we've been able to really pin down like
I mean, the ANC is sort of forced to protest in this instance because it's violating the regulations of the zoning.
yeah.
And
Um
so we can table it till the next time when there's more people on the call. However, that is the rules. I didn't write them.
yeah.
It's a tight spot and it sucks, but those are the rules.
Yeah. I guess so. I don't know. I still need the rules explain explain to me about this because I don't know, like I looked on the block like I mean it's not exactly like it's the craziest thing. I mean I want a settlement agreement for this
So
place.
Eileen actually looked at the numbers.
Okay. See,
What
that'd
she
be
wrote is,
helpful.
I have looked at the zoning inventory figures as compared to the square feet frontage of the building. This establishment will exceed the linear foot street frontage 50% cap that zoning has established for the block. They're concerned that what appears to be a nightclub, not an arts establishment, is going to shatter the arts overlay limitations established for this block. They used math,
Yeah.
not Google Street View.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's yeah. I mean, I guess, seeing some of the math would be good. Um, I do, yeah, I hear it. I mean, I don't think that we can like a settlement like what would we what are we trying to gain by this? Are we trying to say, hey, you
About
shouldn't
protesting it?
well, or bringing it up in the protest, right? Like, are we saying, hey, you shouldn't even be in the first place? Like,
Yes.
but then, okay, and then what? And then,
But they're in violation of DC regulations.
but then they're gonna push back and say that's not on us,
Yes, exactly. And but this is the regulations, and OBCA cannot issue them the license under their current codes.
and they're gonna
You
yeah,
have to file for an exception.
but then they're gonna say that they already been issued it. I guess what I'm
What
trying to say,
I mean, I don't know why you're fighting me.
I
I'm not trying to fight with you. I'm informing you of what the regulations are
yeah,
and what the math is. I am not in disagreement with you. It's not a great situation.
yeah,
But our job is to enforce the regulations and to make sure that the regulations are enforced, because ABCA does not pay attention to these numbers. So yes, it is our job to uplift to ABCA if these numbers are out of order, and then it is their job to investigate and continue the process.
Okay. All right.
And
Okay.
so instead of getting stuck on this and being stuck on the call for an extra hour, it's like, okay, this needs further instruction. And I'm not trying to be rude to you right now. It's just like, it's not a top. I'm not the one that needs convincing.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I just don't know. In my mind, I would like to, uh, if there is something that I think we can gain in a settlement agreement through, through them, I want to pursue that as much as possible.
Right. But we're also like then granting an exception and opening the door to further over concentration. And we've already seen what happened with 9th Street with that.
Right. But we also realistically are at capacity for how much we can really take on in terms of how much we can
But
protest.
I think
And
once
I
we
think
bring up to
we
ABCA
need to
that
be
this is
judicious with it.
beyond the over concentration limits, it's really more up to them to go with do the enforcement that they're required to do.
I do hear you. I think realistically I just don't know if it'll do more
The
or good.
new licenses are more important than the existing ones in some ways.
That's true. That's true.
Because we can actually enforce the rules when it's a new license versus, okay, we just let them go through because, oh, I like the business.
No, I mean I don't want to let them go through. I just want to come up with a settlement agreement that works, and I think we have 2 weeks to do so.
Alex, I saw you come off mute too.
Yeah, just I am nowhere near as much of an expert as y'all are on this, but my sense is if we're at over constant, if we're over the 50% limit, then shouldn't there be no settlement agreement because there should be no license?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I do hear you guys. I think it's a great point, but I honestly, I don't. From what our endeavors before to try and completely stop an entire establishment at this stage, I don't think we're gonna do that. I mean, if you want to go all the way to protest hearing for that, I think maybe. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm
I think it's really more like, Abka, what are you doing? Like, why are we even here? This is
right, but
over.
that's what I'm saying is we can do that. We can do that in a resolution, and that is a more of a path towards saying like this is a bigger problem going on, and like we need to invest some time into it and given to make like this our like this hill to die on at this one bar. I don't know.
It's not just one bar.
Yeah.
It's actually about the entire block.
Yeah.
And I worry a little bit about um like fairness concerns we if we decide not to protest this one, even though it's about, or decide not to, maybe protest isn't the right word, but to try and stop this license, given that it's above the 50%, for the next establishment that comes in that is also then going to push it even further above the 50%.
Yeah.
I'd rather us be like consistent and like
Mhm.
if the rule says above 50%, then that's a no, that's a non-starter.
But I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm just feeling like I'm going to a lot of hearings for stuff. It's like I think we have to just kind of think about what our goals are. Like protest we're going to get to settlement agreement 90% of the time. If we can get there now, let's just let's get there now. Like I think to protest this and the fact that again then like just go to like 3 or 4 roll call hearings, then like I mean I don't know. I think I don't want to talk too much about it. I hear you guys' points. This is great. I will write them down. I'm going to
What I'm going to say is
going
that the
on.
owner knew the rules when he bought the establishment. He bought the space knowing the rules, and he thought he'd be able to slip past it. So I would rather, like, maybe not get something into one of, like, one of the existing renewals, like, oh, like, you know, if protesting all this stuff, like there are things that can slip through a new business, I think is more important to protest than an existing business where like the settlement agreement doesn't quite line up, but there's no neighborhood complaints, right? So if I'm going to let something slip through, it's not this new business that is violating the rules, probably knows that they're violating the rules and is trying to slip past.
Hmm.
And especially being
In
in an
theory, I
area that's
guess,
been
yeah.
impacted by overconcentration,
Hmm.
I'm more sensitive to it.
It does, yeah. I think in theory, it makes sense. I think realistically, we will end up at the same point. I believe that, but I want to keep this moving along because there's still
Hmm.
other stuff to talk about. Um, so yeah, there's bunker one. They don't have a settlement agreement, so this would be the time to uh try and create one with them. Uh, it's just the license, so we don't have a contact for them. They do have like a bunker email on their website. I guess we can try and call them up. Uh, and see them also defer to Sable on this one. Um, but yeah, they are a nightclub and they don't have a SA. So it would be good to get one in place, it's just the standard. And they have like this kind of all night hour thing. Um,
I
but
think that is working more broadly on all the places that have the all night settlement agreements.
right, right.
So I think there is a group independently working on that.
Yeah. Um, okay. And then we have St. James. And this is just, they don't have a settlement agreement, but they're really just like a restaurant. Um, so I think they're okay. I talked to Sable about it. She didn't have any flags with them. Um, Flair Restaurant and Lounge. There's one violation in operating hours, so I would defer to Kensick on other things. They do have a settlement agreement. It's a really good one. So I think if we have more violations or something like that, we just kind of try to pull them to the settlement agreement. Um, I don't think protesting this license would
Yeah.
get us to a better place.
No. And see, these are the examples where I'm like, these are the things that I'd rather, like the small things that I'd rather let go.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Capo and Cinco de Taco, I've no, not heard anything about. They're close to me.
they're like a taco
They're,
shop, right? Literally, yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, Capo is also a speakeasy, but
Yes.
like they're both sandwich shops essentially, and it's not loud outside. And I've
Does
been
Cinco
inside
Tacos have
Capo.
a speakeasy too?
Well, I think they're connected to each other. Like
Maybe they are. Maybe they
I
are.
think they have the same like they get deliveries through Capo.
Okay.
So their food deliveries are through Capo, but the speakeasy is in Capo.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean, I've been inside, heard how loud it is in there, and been outside and not heard a thing. So,
Yeah, yeah. The only thing I can think of with Capo is like there's just like a lot of like queuing. There's like always like a big line. Like that sidewalk is like super narrow. But
hmm,
I don't even know. I don't even know how to handle queuing really. Like I don't know if we have anything in place that's
there's
like
a settlement agreement language around queuing.
yeah, maybe could visit that. It's
Yeah.
like have a line and stuff. They've been a good neighbor though, generally.
Yeah.
They've been around for like
Agree.
6 or 7 years, so I think
Yeah.
they're okay.
No problems. Alex, you came off mute.
I was just wondering who the ANC was for Capo, if we should just check with.
Probably Francois, I think.
Francois. So two is Francois. It's almost always Francois or Sable. Two is Francois, and then Sable is eight.
Okay.
Eileen also lives closer to I think she lives in Sable's district. She lives in like Wallet place. I don't want to totally review or know where. Yeah, but I think she's 8, so those are more in her area as well. So she also gives us feedback for that. Yeah. Okay, Flash, Rachel, you want to.
So I've been talking with my ANC about it, and it's more like we're gonna have to protest because of what we want to get done. I think Matt's gonna handle it. He's in the audience if you want to bring him in, but
Mhm.
I was gonna have him handle the conversations, and it's not necessarily that we want to protest, but they have been really bad about their sound lately, and we've been trying to go to them directly and not to ABCA, especially because the response from ABCA is not really great. Um, so we've got a text history of like every weekend asking them to respect the settlement agreement that they signed in terms of the level of the noise.
Mhm.
But Matt's going to meet with them before the ANC meeting, and they also have like a 24-hour license that he's going to talk to them about as well.
Okay. Let's see if Matt is here. Commissioner Fay.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey, we're good.
Yeah, so I think with Flash, there is a settlement agreement in place. There have been a lot of complaints still, and it's not the settlement agreement's not being adhered to. We do nonetheless have a good relationship with the owner, and so I'm going to reach out and have a conversation prior to the ANC meeting. And I will email you and Francois, in whose SMD this is, as well as Rachel, and let you know where we land, so that we can, have a well-informed position going into the ANC meeting the second week of October.
Yay. Okay, that's great. I defer to you guys on that.
Yeah. I
Big
personally would
handle.
like to see something just worked out with the owners. I have a good relationship with them overall. It's just the sound has been untenable lately. So I think having the ANC get involved will help with that. I think they'll take it a little bit more seriously.
Hmm. Is it specifically, you said it's like specifically on Sundays more, or is it in general too?
Yeah, it's Sundays in general. I think part of it is like having lower numbers, the sound is louder, but I think that something has changed on their end in terms of how they're handling the sound, and it's just been out of control.
Hmm.
So,
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, um, it sounds like I don't have to specifically worry about it, so that's good. Um, all right, but I guess that's good to know on the background for this one. Yeah, Cabo Taco Place you talked about. Amsterdam Cafe Lounge. I talked to Sable about this. She was like, there's not, she wasn't hearing major complaints, but the settlement agreement is unfortunately, they don't mention anything about their hours in the settlement agreement. So I think to get a new one in and to see if we can discuss uh, changing, having something to more of a our standard of, yeah, 2 and 3 a.m. would be better for them as well. Um, and I think Frank put other stuff in for Amsterdam as well. Chicha, we might have to protest too, because they don't have a settlement agreement. They tried to get a late renewal. They tried to extend hours late. Unless, does anyone have their thoughts on Chicha? Do we know what Frank put in the email?
yep. He wrote protest requested. 2 ABCA OAG show cause violation events are in the queue for resolution. Additionally, they have applied recently for substantial change to 6 a.m., but the ANC protested, resulted in an application being dropped due to the applicant's procedural errors.
Yeah, right, for the extension. Yeah. But yeah, since there is no settlement agreement, it would be good to do that. Even just get the, yeah, generic template in and have them kind of sign off there would be good. Um, Salzar has a settlement agreement. Seems good. I don't, Sable hasn't heard any complaints for that one. Uh, I think it's okay. Um,
Alex, you had this one in your section. Did you come across anything?
Ooh, I don't remember off the top of my head, but if I did, I would have put it in that spreadsheet.
I don't
let's
see
see.
anything too crazy. Like there's no power washing and rat abatement.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, question mark here. Yeah.
So it could be just something like,
Uh-huh.
hey, these are the new standards we have in place for the settlement agreement. Are you willing to sign it?
Mm,
I
If
defer
they
to you on
have
that one.
yeah, if they already have a settlement agreement and there's not a lot of complaints,
yeah.
So then, yeah, again, like I said, these are the
Power
things that
washing
I'd
is
rather
good.
punt.
I think we've gotten a little hung up on power washing.
I I will say that these are the areas where I'd rather punt if there's no major issues in
Mhm.
existence.
Same, same.
Yeah.
I don't want you in endless protests either.
Yeah. I'm just yeah.
No, I
Yeah, 'cause
respect that.
I do know I think coming up on the next meeting, if we still have these other ones that are like these like 6 or 7, then we have to go discuss those plus the more that come in. And I think like the 30th is the deadline. So we're probably like, I assume that people probably miss the deadline by like a week. There might be like like the next meeting might be like the real big hurdle for a lot of stuff. So,
Yeah. And
and
Voodoo, I had the only thing missing from their settlement agreement was the power washing. So it's
okay,
like
okay, okay, that's good. Yeah. And Voodoo, Sable said that was
not a
fine.
problem. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, then we have our active protest ready. We already have 5 ones. We haven't even started Bar Maggie and Soundbar yet, which yeah, technically uh protest hasn't been accepted yet because the deadline is there. Or has been accepted, but technically it hasn't started into that process. Though we voted to protest them. Then Francois, I think, is still working on Soast, which has been going on some time now too. Yeah, I don't know. He can maybe give an update on that one. But I think what is the dates here? Roll call, 22nd. Okay, I guess he went to the roll call, and then there'll probably be mediation and other stuff. I mean, he's ready in talks with the owner. Um, and then Unity, I think Commissioner Fay gave me some of the lowdown earlier about Unity. Uh,
They were in my section.
yeah, they this is for specifically for their change to go to have all night hours. Um, but it sounds like
There's also safety issues from what I've heard.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
No, sorry, that was a different place.
different place. Upward, we haven't had upward yet.
No. Yeah.
Do you think this thing was helpful? This spreadsheet?
Mm-hmm.
I should probably keep on doing mine up here.
Yeah, but I think it was more important to cover the ones that we had this week.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. And the entertainment in the summer garden question is tricky because they don't. That isn't like a thing generally, but I guess sometimes as we see, it's like it comes up.
no, it is a thing.
Is a thing? Okay, I
So what
didn't see it in
happened
any ones I
was,
did.
yeah, like I think people didn't really think about what the impacts would be at one point. And so like having a 2 or 3 a.m. closing time for the summer gardens. Sorry. I think having like a 2 or 3 a.m. summer closing hour for the summer gardens when you're adjacent to a neighborhood, it gets problematic.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the summer garden is definitely that seems like one of the trickiest things. I was actually at a bar with a summer garden. It was, it was buddies on 11th Street, and they were like 11 a.m. They're like, oh, everyone, we got to come inside, like, liquor
Yeah.
license. I was like, oh, actually good. Like they were like they're a newish bar. They're like
Yeah.
now over a year, but like, I guess the ANC was like 11, not 12, and they were like respecting it.
Yeah, well, we have a bar near us that ended up losing their entertainment endorsement after 10 p.m. because they they were not respecting the adjacent neighborhood.
Hmm.
Like all entertainment.
Oh wow, which one is that one?
Um, is it not Rita Loco? It's the same owner. It's above it.
El Rey?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
maybe.
um,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The taco place, but like underneath or around it.
yeah, but it's the one on top. It's that upstairs one.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. I forgot, I don't remember the
Rita
name.
Loco?
Maybe it is Vito Loco.
Yeah, they lost their ability to operate entertainment after a certain time of night because of their inability to comply with DC sound code. And some of my neighbors protested and were successful in getting some pretty strict stipulations into their settlement agreement.
That's okay.
That's actually a good settlement agreement to look at if you want to see what can be done with a bar that has substantiated sound violations.
Um,
So like I'm thinking, let me see.
I don't know if they're a tavern because I don't see them on our list.
No, they're not. They were up for renew. They're not in our list. They're in the next ANC over.
Oh, the next ANC. Oh, got it. Okay, okay. Yeah, there's like Ninth Street. No, no, no. Yeah, I guess it's closer to
No, it is in
Oh,
the other.
Techno. El Techno. That
Oh,
one?
Techo, that's it. Yeah.
Techno. You're right. That is the okay. It's a pretty good spot.
Yeah, but it points directly into the neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah, because it is like the whole thing literally is a rooftop. I mean, it's not that much like sound
It
proofing
was,
probably up there.
they've had to soundproof. They've improved it, but
Mm.
where is it? I have it up. But they have a very strict settlement agreement in place.
I'd be
So it was by June 1st, 2020, the applicant had to install sound absorptive materials and barriers and mitigation. And there's a bunch of stuff around that.
Okay.
They had to install a bunch of other materials and then um after 10:30 p.m. the walls have to be closed all and then Monday through Thursday 12 a.m. and midnight on Fridays and Saturdays at 9 p.m. on Sundays. The wall panels have to be closed.
That's good. That's good. I mean, that's like the kind of language, it's like the specifics that like with
Yeah.
Flash too, that like only you have to kind of know, be right by it to know what the real problems are.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's helpful. And then once you know like what the specifics you can ask for are good, I think some of the problem with like the Ninth Street folks is like there's almost like too much. It's this one, it's this one, and you just like start pointing fingers at like all these ones.
Right. Well,
It's secret, it's
people
VIP, it's posh, and then it's like,
Well, that's because people let the settlement agreements go through and they entered a condition of over concentration.
yeah, liver concentration. I mean, I don't know. I mean, at every time I've tried to ask Abka about the overconcentration is something about the arts and zoning overlay. And I've tried to ask Abka about it. I've tried to ask Sarah about it. And like it's kind of like a gone concept. Like it was like, in the 80s it was there and I think we should try and bring it back. But I yeah, I think
I think it's important that we respect those rules. Otherwise, we end up with more of this Ninth Street situation, and then we end up having to put a moratorium in on the back end. And
That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. Well, maybe we could do both. We could protest on the overconcentration, and then we can also set up a resolution to try and figure it out or learn about it or how they measure it too or something, I mean, I wish you could say, hey, like it's like 70%, and then like it's like it doesn't work, but like I think they try that because we tried to do that for the Lounge U over here, right? Where's Lounge U? Over here, right? Like I think Frank and others brought that up for Lounge U. They're like, oh, it's over concentration, but like, I don't even know really. It was like, oh, but it doesn't count if it's like on the second floor or the first floor and like on the ground floor versus this floor. And these ones have like these levels here. So it's like, and then like this block, this is what the 900 blocks. Was it just this block or does it also count this block, which is like a school? So, if we could find someone who is an expert on that and then see if they can even hold any, I think bringing it up is good as a point, but I think I don't understand it enough outside of just a general concept, but in terms of like a specific
but I think you
enforceable
understand
thing.
the outcomes is that when we start allowing things to slip through, like, oh, it's one here or oh, it's one there, that's how we ended up in the situation that we're in the first place. And there's a reason why there's concentration limits for bars and restaurants. It's to avoid a situation where all of them are in one place and then creating a hazard and a harm to the people that live there.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. It does make sense.
And it sucks, but it's also like, when you're buying a business what you are getting into, I would hope. And so you should know what the concentration rules in DC are
Yeah.
when you're applying to a license and not
Yeah.
try to slip it through.
Or the ABCA should let the guy know or something. He probably doesn't know.
I mean, ABCA doesn't pay attention, and that's why we're here. It's to
Yeah.
like make sure that they're paying attention.
That's right. That's right.
And I personally am of the view that we really need to reform how this is done because it shouldn't be on the ANC and it shouldn't be on us. It should be
Yeah.
people in their daily lives who are not getting paid to be on these meetings, going to meetings in the middle of the day to protest endlessly. It's a broken
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
And I learned that from my experience in a Party of Eight protest. It's not a good system for protecting the community and or for protecting the businesses.
Right. Yeah. I feel bad for the guy like Appio. I feel bad for Prince who've been like just trying to get him to go to like three or four things. And he's like, no one's going to my shop anymore. Like I'm thinking about closing it up. And he's like, other people are dumping on me. And I'm like, I feel like, yeah. I feel like, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy.
Yeah.
But we're trying, learning. Yeah. I'd love to find more about the overconcentration. I think we're definitely due for a resolution on that. One, two. Then, Alex, we also have for the Appia one, I think we have just let me add to where is that? I don't have it up right now, and I can't go. I'm not going to go through my personal email, but I sent over to him basically the basic language, and then I'll add the part about trying to keep it clean by the end of the day.
Hmm.
I talked to him today about the garbage cans. He said, yeah, he is the contract. He said he sent you the contract.
He just sent it to me, but he sent me his renewal contract. We're trying to find his current contract to see if he can get out of his current contract and sign up with a hauler who's gonna be a little bit more flexible and give him chains to put on his dumpsters
Chains. Okay. Okay.
or locks of some sort. But I have not received his current contract. I just received the renewal. But I don't want him to breaking waste hauling contracts is really expensive, so I don't want him to
Yeah.
I want to make sure that he knows when his current contract is ending first.
Okay. Um, okay, well maybe can you send me unfortunately Prince, whenever he responds to someone, he doesn't do reply all, it just says like reply one. I don't know if he has the reply all
Yes.
button sometimes because like I would like to be copied in here to follow the train. But can you forward me the contract or maybe I could try to reach out to him and see about that.
Sure. I'll forward it to you right now.
Okay, because he was
This is
like
the renewal contract,
the renewal contract.
which
Okay.
is not the one we need. We need the and I'm sorry, yeah, he replied to me and then I forgot to add y'all back.
Yes, he's been doing that. He's doing that a lot. That's why I tried to call him on the phone, and he said, yeah, he said that the bins were just more expensive, but he might decide to do that. But maybe if there's a way, maybe if it's not as expensive or something, that would be good.
Oh, is usually an extra charge for locks.
For locks, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
But I think we should
The ANC has money. I mean,
I think that's on no, I think that's on the business, not on the ANC to pay for locks. Uh,
yeah,
like many businesses pay for locks for their dumpsters because they don't want other people dumping in it.
right. But I feel like, I mean, it almost is like if other people are, I don't even know if we can use ANC funds for something like that. Like, probably
I
not.
think that's a bad idea. Like we don't give people funds when we require them to have garbage 3 times a week,
That's a
and
good
that's
point. Right.
more than
Yeah,
the
yeah.
requirement,
It could lead to a slippery slope. It could lead to a
right?
slippery slope.
Or pay for people's power washing or anything like that.
Maybe we should. They have a lot of money. Um, yeah, that's
There
true.
are other things we can use the money for. It's a private business
Yeah,
and it's a cost of operating,
yeah, yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. I'm still trying to find out anything about how to like enforce against the other people dumping on him, if there's like
So he needs to
fines,
put a camera. He needs to catch them on film and report illegal dumping.
illegal dumping to ABCR
311.
311.
Yep, there's a way to do it. And then once you do the first couple of complaints about it, you'll probably meet one of the inspectors who works in his area. And then that inspector and him will get a relationship going.
Yeah, that's right. Because I met one of they're like, are they DPW? I think they might be DPW inspectors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm friendly with the inspector in my neighborhood, for example, because he actually found my stolen trash bin. And then he had to write me a fine for it, even though it was somewhere else. But he also let me know where it was, so I was able to go retrieve it. And then from there, I built a good connection with him. So when there's issues with trash, I
Okay.
submit, but I also will like be like, hey, just so you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, hopefully, okay. Well, this is good. I'll point him in the direction of this, and I'll even try to like see if I can help him.
Yeah, there's a place to upload footage
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
Or photos
photos.
specifically. I know photos, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. And I think he said Mirror is dumping, and then Posh is above him. Posh has more of the garbage in the back, and Posh left more of a mess recently.
yeah. So
So,
like putting cameras out will be his first step
okay.
if he doesn't have them. And if he does have them, then sharing the footage.
He said he went through the garbage and found like receipts of stuff. So he has evidence of them doing it.
Then
Of
take photos of it, but
take
I
yeah.
think the best bet they can have is footage of it.
Okay.
For example, one of the businesses near us, they hired this guy in the neighborhood who's unhoused who will, I've seen him take neighbors' trash and dump it in that parking lot for other neighbors, them thinking he's hauling it away. And then he gets paid to remove it from that other parking lot. And it's this like endless cycle and it's
Oh my
completely
God. That's not
ridiculous.
good. Yeah.
I only figured it out recently, um, when one of my neighbors paid him to haul trash away and then dumped all of it exactly where he usually gets paid to go clean it up.
That's insane. That's a little insane. Oh boy. Okay, well, don't send him anywhere near
No, I won't.
9th Street.
I won't.
Um, okay. All right. I think we've talked through enough stuff, but this is helpful. Is there any like final things? Voodoo, yes, looking back, we got Chucha, Amsterdam, Flash, but perhaps Commissioner Fay can maybe work some magic and he'll give us an update by the commission meeting. I guess Bunker. How should we proceed with Bunker? Maybe maybe email them? I could try to email them. Just start the conversation. And these guys have to finish up this one. But all right. This has been pretty good. We don't need a committee meeting. We just need informal conversations. No, it's definitely good to have a committee meeting. I'm gonna try to not. No more rescheduling for the end of the year for me. All right, you guys heard it from myself. No more rescheduling.
Told you to do it.
No more rescheduling. No, I promise. No more because it seems like that's a trap there.
I think that a lot of people plan for these well in advance. And
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
have kids or other commitments, it's
yeah,
really hard to shift. And especially with like Karen running the public safety committee is
yeah,
just really bad
yeah.
timing for a reschedule.
Bad timing. Bad timing. We have it set up a whole year for a reason. So I guess we just keep to that
Mm-hmm.
process. Um, okay, well, I want to hop to shower and
Yep. Same.
there. But it was great to see you guys. Thank you for
Same.
coming. Thank you for being on camera, Rachel. A rare Rachel camera appearance here. We even saw like a dog paw there.
Oh yeah, he's like out.
Oh, that's cute. That's very cute. That's very cute. Lovely.
He's snoring.
Yeah. Aw, asleep. Okay, we're gonna oh, and Alex, you have like was it like a Squirtle sweatshirt? That's also sick.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm in my comfy clothes.
Love it. Okay. I'm gonna get into more comfy clothes. But yeah, hopefully I think the Appio we might hopefully agree on that and then just try to keep moving the items forward
Mhm.
as they are. And then Francois has a whole nother host of things with Soast and I guess maybe we could try to work things out with Mirror, but yeah, the goal is to try and not go to so many hearings, but also come
Yeah.
up with good agreements too.
Is your district including 14th?
My personal SMD,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm all the way at the top. I have like I the only place I have in my area is a faux place.
Okay.
I'm all the way up here. We don't have the map of it like the overlay here, but I am there's my house. But I am yeah, I'm like this area.
Okay.
It's the only business that I have that's in my area is this one. I don't even know if they might have a liquor license, but they don't think they sell liquor.
Okay.
The faux is pretty good despite just 3.4. I don't like that. I tried to get them
Yeah.
No, I don't like this bad stuff. I reviewed it once and I gave them a good review.
That's good. I have a pho place right by us too, so it's nice to have a little neighborhood place to get some soup on a cold day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Just like down the block.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna call it. All right. Thank you guys for
Thanks, y'all.
for showing up,
You're
participating,
welcome.
feedback. holding me accountable. I'll talk to you guys soon, and if not, see you October 15th.
Yep. Bye.
Do
Okay,
that.
bye.